That's another strike on the friendship, by the way.
Is it? Oh
The
no.
wickets were on
Uh-oh.
and the Liverpool. I mean,
Am I
we're
stretching it?
we're, we're
Are there
close
other things we
ground.
need to discuss off camera to be like, oh, here we go?
Or maybe one day there'll just be
That's right. It's
no
like
more podcast episodes, and everybody will be like, "Well, what happened?" And they'll
it
be
was
like, "Oh,
either
we
the
found
wickets
them."
before runs or
Who
or the
supports Liverpool,
BPL.
and then the mystery third thing that we
Oh, that's
haven't
true.
even
It
discussed.
comes in threes. Oh dear.
That's super divisive.
So,
Might be how you pronounce data.
oh, data.
Correct.
And I'm like, let me think about that one for a minute. Yeah, it's funny because I mean, I am a cultural American.
Mhm.
This is how I grew up. However, after living all over the world, like I've picked up certain things, and so now I'm like this mesh. Um, it gets bad when I'm in Australia. Like I get this mixed accent is actually kind of interesting. And I was in Chicago at some consulate meeting, and the consulate general we're actually having a chat about AFL, and he said, "Where are you from?" He's like, "I hear a little Aussie, but I hear a little English. And I actually am from Chicago." And he was just like, "And how do you know about AFL?" It's a very long story, um, and so it's interesting how being I guess being submerged in certain cultures or in culture, I guess, different from your own, how you just pick things up. And I would say you would know that best being from England, moving to Australia.
I played for my local team, like a mile from my parents' house on Sunday, made my debut, and I got asked which part of Australia I was from. I was like, well, I'm from Stockport, England. And I
No
guess
way.
so, because particularly when it comes to being competitive on a sporting field, I do like embrace my sort of inner Aussie often at that point. And I have had 17 years of shouting on a sports pitch, and that's my excuse. But yeah, so it was that bad that by the time my 77-year-old dad, still coming to pick me up from cricket and dropping me off, bless him. That, oh, so many years he's been doing that. I love it. He said, "Talk normal." It's like, what do you mean? He said, "You've got that strange Australian accent going on. Speak properly." I said, okay, okay, it's just my voice. It's just my voice, Dad. No, it's all good.
That's wild.
By the way, I'm not really going to judge you on how you say data.
I'd have to think. Well, it's funny because like Sri Lanka, because in the US it's Sri Lanka, but after just around it's like Sri Lanka sounds better to me. And so I know there's certain things that I just pronounce differently.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, language and where where accents are on words. Um like oh, shepherdess. Like Rebecca always wanted to be a shepherdess. But in American English it would not the accent wouldn't be on the last, it'd be shepherdess. So, it's just weird little things like that. I know, and what I get nerdy about languages and things because I grew up. Well, when I was in high school, I had 2 years of Spanish, and then I took German on top of it. And my Spanish teacher was the German teacher, and so I spoke this mix of Spanish and German. And because he understood it, like I kind of the words I couldn't remember, I just inserted. So I was speaking not English. Well, then when I went to go visit my family in Guatemala, and I started speaking that, they didn't know what I was saying because it's not a language. It was a mix of two. And I'm like, oh, now I have to remember what these words are. It was a good time. Anyway, it's not about the cricket, it's about language, but that's just how it all works, isn't it?